Seriously, you do not want me to do this. You do not want me to fucking do this shit. The infamous Lester the Unlikely by DTMC and Visual Concepts for the Super NES. I mean, sure, AVGN's reviewed this, as well as a few, if maybe countless, others all throughout the YT world. Well, it's my fucking turn now, so let's pop this son of a bitch in. Our main character, ladies and gentlemen, bastardizing Tarzan for the world to see. In fact, that should be his new fucking slogan. So the basic plotline revolves around this typical, average, comic-obsessed kid named Lester, whom while he's reading his latest issue of Super Duper Hero Squad, he's strolling through the docks, and moments later, he ends up conking out next to a cargo ship crate. Are you serious? A comic-obsessed kid, out cold, near a fucking piece of cargo? That pretty much signifies right away that you have absolutely no faith or confidence in this character whatsoever. I mean, his self-esteem is so damn low, he makes Seymour Crumborn from Little Shop of Horrors look like Bill Foster from Falling Down. So as the ship takes off, it gets hijacked and raided by pirates, thus Lester finds a life jacket and swims his way to the nearest remote island, and that's where the game begins. As generic as the storyline is, the gameplay engine as well as the graphics pretty much fall short of it, if on the same level. While you can walk, basically, you can also sprint just by holding Y as you go. B jumps, A kicks, and X pretty much lets you grab a hold of or pick up things. And take note, he will react against your own will at certain points. Like here, for example. Come on, man, what are you, a pussy? God damn it, get your ass near the turtle already! Now considering the obstacles, in order to lower yourself down, you have to face opposite where you're about to get down, and then hold down and B simultaneously. In true Tomb Raider, Blaster Master, and Legacy of the Wizard fashion, if you fall from too great a height, you end up taking damage. Kinda crap is that? You can also use X to push the rocks around, and when it comes to clearing spiked pits and other gaps, timing and distance anticipation and aiming are of the utmost importance. You have to get a top-notch running start before making the jump. In other words, best of luck with that convoluted control scheme. Now about the enemies, aside from the traditional crabs and turtles, you face seagulls, which you have to duck under precisely upon their descent. And if you're not dead on enough, they'll fly your ass paces back near where you started. Bats, which can only be scared off if you throw a rock at them in the cave stages, and if you get too close to them, they'll chase your ass into total oblivion of the damned. Piranhas, spiders, and get this, fucking tiki statues, some of which won't harm you, while others will. Not to mention heartless islander jackasses who will smite you with their staffs, mistaking you for a pirate, which you're not. A fucking gorilla, and even a ruthless crew of pirates at the end. As you progress, you'll be tasked with one challenge after the next. Like when you reach the cave areas, while fending off the bats, you have to use a special jewel from within the treasure chest in order to place on the sunlit mantle at the end and escape the caves. Search for the emerald crystal in the next island area and return it to its rightful spiritual mantle. Dispose of 2 of the 3 Watuka skulls in order to appease the spirit of the former ruler in the haunted burial ground. Escaping the clutches of a bloodthirsty leopard, only to be imprisoned by dickhead villagers on a charge of invasion. The list goes on and on and on. While they're nothing short of remarkable, in reality they fall short of the aforementioned keyword, challenge. And even worse, Lester moves very goddamn slow despite his ability to run, as does the entire game. And there's not a single saving grace under all this horseshit. You only get 3 lives and 3 continues, which will be used up faster than even a month's paycheck. Bottom line, have a battery backup save and or password feature for fuck's sake! Concerning the game's graphics, despite Lester's fluid rotoscoping movement, reminiscent of Prince of Persia by Jordan Mechner, Delphine's Out of This World, as well as Flashback, The Quest for Identity, and even Seda's Nosferatu and the like. Same goes with the aforementioned overall gameplay and control scheme. Everything else falls below average. The backgrounds and enemy animation are third-rate beyond belief. Seriously, I've seen way better animation in the Parodius series than this. The music and sounds are nothing short of your standard tropical fare. Not too bad, but not too astonishing either. In fact, if I had to pick a favorite, I'd definitely go with the cave stages. But of course, they can get very repetitive after a matter of minutes. Same with Lester's voiceover sound bites. Though, they are somewhat decent for a chuckle or two in the first moment. Now, unless you haven't made it far enough, unlike yours truly, in terms of replayability, you'll find yourself diving back into Lester until you eventually beat the crap out of it, which, according to my predictions, will result in a less than satisfying outcome. So my overall final verdict on this game, in firm realization of how this game's gotten mixed to negative reception over the years, I wasn't even the slightest bit disillusioned, regardless of my progress. But then again, you're better off evading this game like a giant saw blade. Bottom line, try this game out at least once, and then dispose of and or give it away for all eternity! Until then, this is the Hardcore Retro God signing off. And if she's watching this, a humble happy birthday to Katie Baker from WEMF Radio.